But it's beautiful if they do, and if it's genuine, they're being beautiful mirrors of that and teaching that in action. And the people around them will know because they'll feel it. And if they're saying it just to sound pretty on the media, the people around them will know because they'll feel it. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Cool. So I was going to read, go ahead.
No, that's it. You go ahead.
Okay. I was actually going to read, I got the most, like I get clients will write me testimonials all the time. And I recently got one from a girl and she was like, I want to write you a testimonial, but it's like been over a month. And I would just like figure whenever they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And she wrote me and she's finally like, I had to just feel the words I need to say. And I really needed to process this. And I'm like, awesome. And so I got this today and it actually made me cry. It was so beautiful. And so I wanted to read it publicly, and not for any ego reasons, but from my heart with gratitude, and to just share with you her personal experience and how maybe you may relate to that. And if so, perhaps that's why we're connecting, is there is some deeper healing work to do. But she wrote me and she put, good afternoon, lovely. She said, I just returned from an amazing spirit journey. The angels have spoken through me, and now I have a testimonial for you. Transformation and rebirth through love, light, and the angels. I cannot express how grateful I am to Tanya Love and the angels for assisting me on my spiritual journey. About 3 months ago, I was in the process of soul searching and finding my true self. I was given guidance to attend her Sacred Women's Circle, and I was very fortunate that she did not get as many RSVPs as usual for her that day. Just a few beautiful souls who were feeling the call. But sometimes she gets as many as 20 people or more that can show up. Because of this, she was able to spend one-on-one time with me, and she offered me one of her mini clearing and healing sessions. My cords were cut, other people's unwanted energy that was still attached to my soul, and I was able to clearly see the source of the pain in my life. I had something that had been holding me back my entire life, and this was the first time that I was ever able to clearly see it. Tanya and the angels helped me to heal a deep-seated trauma that had occurred just prior to my birth in this incarnation. After this, she helped me call back all of my soul parts of my soul back to myself in this current incarnation. I literally felt my soul returning into the sacred space of my heart. There was a sudden deep inhale, like when you've been underwater for a very long time, and you first come up for air, which what a great way to express that. From that moment, the angels came to me and began assisting me in my daily life. It took a few weeks for this to become apparent, as I needed time to process everything that had happened. Synchronicities started to happen continuously and kept increasing over these last few months. Everything from seeing repeating number sequences every day over and over, like 111, 222, and etc., to having wild animals approach me with kindness, no fear, in nature, to having times at the river when butterflies would land on me over and over during the course of a few hours. My interactions with everyone became more informed. It just makes me want to cry. Sorry, I'm like, because this stuff to me is like it touches my soul to know that this human has been touched so deeply. Like, sorry, I don't want to cry, but like, it's seriously, I'm just like, my interactions with everyone became more informed, and now I've been able to increase the power of my own meditations and the Reiki healing that I do. During this process, I lost a job that was no longer serving me, only to land the job of my dreams. That's awesome. The icing on the cake is that I was able to communicate directly with the angels myself during a recent healing retreat out in nature. I sent out my prayers for healing the earth and all of her creatures. Now in my everyday experience, I am personally witnessing the healing of all those I love around me, my family and my close friends. We are all healing in this process, and it is beautiful to watch it unfold. I don't believe I could have ever reached that wonderful place of peace and bliss in my life without the help of this made me cry, without the help of Tanya Love and the angels. She was able to bring back to life something deep within myself that I thought was lost forever. I am eternally grateful and humbled to this experience and to all of my future experiences. Thank you so much, Tanya. It is so amazing the work that you do. Infinite blessings, Raina. So I just had to share that. It's just so beautiful. And I was just like, Raina, thank you. And I am so honored and so grateful for what you've chosen and that you showed up and did that work. And it was my pleasure, love, to help you with that. So that just makes me smile. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Any other feedback before I read our final card for the day?
Nope.
Okay. So the card I drew for today is the Nectar of the Lotus. And it's a picture of Kuan Yin holding a lotus flower. And it says, Divine Mother wishes that those who are meant to feed others be well fed too. Your devotion to helping others has the effect of squeezing the cosmic heart chakra of the Divine Mother. From her heart drips nectar, sweet, sustaining, life-affirming energy that feeds you and allows you to nourish many souls. Like a sacred chalice that overflows when you are full and well and vital, the feeding of others happens effortlessly. So kind of think about when you're not taking care of yourself, how you feel kind of bitter and resentful to have to help people. But when you honor and take good care of yourself, how you love helping others because it's actually overflowing from you. It's not like I'm taking care of others so that they will fill me up, but I'm full and so I let it flow and kind of feel how energetically you might have to shift to get that alignment. You are guided to be fed now with divine nectar from the heart of the Mother. There is an endless supply of energy, joy, peace, bliss, and love for you, flowing from the heart of the Divine Mother. Yet sometimes we may experience limitation instead of endless supply. These limits can be a hidden blessing. They could be a sign that our mind and emotional life could use some help shifting from scarcity consciousness into a consciousness of abundance, like I was talking about on the show, truth. As we do this, we tend to relax and flow more easily, tapping into what is needed rather than perceiving restriction. A limit or block in our flow might be telling us that our nervous system needs some time to adapt to receiving higher intensities of spiritual electricity through our system as we become more used to living a joyful, higher vibrational existence, which hopefully next week I'll remember to talk to you guys about because we've been having a lot of like solar flares and a lot of vibrational things happening. So we'll try to get into that deeper next time of how you need to process that energy, rest more, drink water, and let yourself process those new inflow of electrical energy. When we are encountering a limit of some kind, whether through needing to come back into balance or because we are about to break through into a new level of spiritual growth and realization, it is wise to receive divine nectar, to allow ourselves to become replenished and supported, honoring the guidance that is hiding in the limitation that we are encountering. Then it will have served its purpose and the limit can fall away. So think of anything causing you pain and suffering, relationships, job, anything. It's coming to teach you something. And once you learn what you need to learn, it can be released. And it, like her losing the job, probably was a job she didn't really love. And it was time for her to let go and trust. And in doing so, job of her dreams came in. And this happens because vibrationally, that reality is no longer matching her. That could be a partner, it could be a job, it could be some kind of life situation, even sense of identity. And then that can shift when we surrender and let go. We go into a higher vibration and then we experience the new thing that we're calling for. So I'm just going to kind of stop there. There's 2 more pages of that, but I feel like that kind of brought up what we need to focus on. And so in essence, divine nectar, what is that? That is when we are connected to our source, when we are meditating, when we are connecting with nature, when we are going and resting rather than doing, when we're exhausted. Our body is exhausted. Oh, but I got to go do stuff. I got to clean the house and I got to do this. If we start letting ourselves love ourselves more than anything else, everything else will find its alignment because we will love ourselves first and then we will know what we're actually supposed to do. And if we're always busy, it is a great distraction from ever truly loving self. So really think about that. Let that last statement kind of process and marinate over the next week. And I encourage you all to actually choose self-love and to choose to show up with love. Like when anything's happening in your day and you're about to react, like knee-jerk reaction of what you've been robotically taught from fear, maybe train yourself to tap your heart and step away for a minute and what would love do right now? What would love say? And then listen, because inside of each of you is this amazing wise one that knows exactly how to respond to everything in a higher vibrational alignment and reality than the knee-jerk, robotically trained way. So one thing I'm going to say before we say goodbye for the day is Amnon and I have been talking about, like, how do we get more funding and things, because, like, we've been doing this show, and hopefully I'm not out of alignment in stating this truth, Amnon. If so, you can yell at me later. But basically, Amnon kind of runs this station, and he has all these different shows, and we're kind of like OPB in that way, where we put out these shows, but there's no funding at this. There hasn't been funding, let's say, but we are ready to call forth funding from the universe for all the shows he's been putting out. And so I'm just going to put it out there that if any of you feel like what we're putting out is helping you, it's inspiring you in some way, kind of like when OPB gets on and they're like, hey, if you feel like we're helping you, you love these songs we're playing, you love these shows, send in a love donation, send it in. And I don't know, we could work out all of the logistics of it, but to start out, I could put my own PayPal information, which is just my email, tanyaangel@gmail.com. And if you want to send a love offering, just write on there, this is a love offering for Tanya Love Show. And I'm going to encourage Amnon to state this as well on his website somewhere, like, right, if you feel these shows inspire or assist and help you in some way, consider sending a love offering. And he could set up his information, and maybe each of the shows could have the host's email. And so that's my solution for right now. And the other thing is to think of, if any of you that are listening are business owners and you have some kind of business that you'd like to advertise, we could also work with you and put some advertising on the show that's aligned, because that's important to me, that it would be aligned. Like, I'm not going to have a Budweiser commercial, for instance, on my healing site. But if it's something that's healing related and it's aligned, contact us, and it could be something that you use as an advertising situation, and then you can write that expense off. And all of you listening, if you send a donation and you want to send a love offering, send it and mark it friends and family, because then there will be other hidden charges, and just put, this is a love offering for Tanya Love Show. And I'm going to encourage Amnon to pass that on to all the other show hostesses and hosts, that they could also state that at their show. And we really rely on your support listening, because we're doing this. I've been doing this for about a year, and I really received no financial abundance for it. But I feel like I deserve to, and I feel like all the hosts deserve to, and I feel like Amnon deserves to receive funding for what he's doing every day, because this is work for us, and not really work to me because I love it, but it is effort. We have to put this on. We have to commit our lives to this. So if any of you want to make a donation, again, you could send it to tanyaangel@gmail.com, TAWNYA, angel@gmail.com, and I'll let Amnon take it from there as far as what he wants to do. But we will be so grateful and appreciative for that help and support, and it will help us to keep doing what we want to do so that we can expand in greater ways. So I'm putting it out to the universe. I'm leaving it up to you, the fans and the listeners and followers, that you will listen to your hearts and respond. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And this week, really watch yourself. Am I showing up with love? Am I showing up with honor? What would love do? Okay, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a blessed day. Namaste.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Brooke, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCBVI members, The Tanya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo, And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com.